Chapter 20. Daniel Godfrey and Joyce McCarty were sat up in bed together. Daniel wanted to spark up a cigarette in celebration, but Joyce wouldn't let him smoke inside. He tried it once and still bore the mental scars from the earbashing he received.
"I spoke to the police today several times," Dan stated.
"Oh, what did they say?"
"They wanted to know why I fiddled with the CCTV system. I've given them my DNA to eliminate me from the scene."
"Anything else?"
"Wanted to know if I knew Mark and a guy called Johnny Lawton. I wonder if he's a suspect."
"I wonder too," Joyce replied, with an energy in her voice Dan hadn't recognized before.
"How's your day been?"
"Will you marry me?" Joyce asked Dan. He laughed. Not the laugh out loud kind of laugh, but a laugh nonetheless. One that told Joyce he had no intention of marrying her. She shrunk down and placed her head under the duvet cover for a few seconds, wiping the false tears from her eyes.
"Joyce, I thought this was a bit of fun," Dan pleaded,
trying to lift the duvet away from her face. She clamped her hands around it as tightly as she could. There was no moving it. "I know that's how it started, but we've got so much more to do in life. I thought we might do it together," Joyce replied, trying her best to fake an upset voice. Would he notice? Was it convincing?
"Well, let me think about it."
"What if you don't have much time to think about it?" she asked, pushing the duvet down, smearing her eyes with it as she did to leave panda eyes that were as close as she could manage to teary eyes at short notice.
"Why would you say that? I'll be here for a long time yet."
"I bet that's what Mark McManus would have said a couple of days ago."
"But I'm not Mark McManus. There's nobody out there trying to kill me, and even if they did, I could handle myself."
"What's that mark on your lip?" she asked, pushing her finger into the top right portion of his upper lip. Dan winced. Joyce laughed. She enjoyed seeing the physical pain on him, the same way he liked the emotional pain affecting her.
"Well, nothing," he replied.
He didn't want to have that conversation with her. He didn't want to have that conversation with anyone. "What's wrong with me?" she asked, imagining the saddest time of her life in order to start the waterworks. Joyce lost both of her parents within weeks of each other. She used to sit there day after day, not knowing how she would get back on with her life again. She thought that things would never be the same again. In many ways, she was right, but she found a way to survive and get back into something that resembled life.
"Nothing. I said I'd think about it. You just took me by surprise, that's all,"
Dan responded, leaning in to give her a kiss on the cheek. She recoiled. He left her to it. If she was going to be like that, then he didn't want to marry her. This wasn't a game. It was life. "I'm going to sleep," she said, in an attempt to gain the upper hand in the conversation. Dan Godfrey didn't care enough and laid with his back to her. As he drifted off, Joyce laid there with her eyes closed, pretending that she had drifted off. Instead, she was plotting. If Daniel Godfrey wasn't going to take the rap for this crime, then she had to find someone else who would.